Here we go. Okay, so we are on session 6 weeks in to Ignite. Today is on growing your database. So this is the material that we have covered. We've got the next 3 weeks are specifically on leads. Next week is open house, capturing leads with your open house, then capturing leads with social media, and then some more lead capture ideas. So today we're going to talk about a smart data bank, how to build your database, how to feed your database, how to communicate with your database, and how to service your database. So your database is your business. Building up the number of names in it and relationship with those names is really at the very core of what building a real estate business is all about. Gary Keller, the Millionaire Real Estate Agent. Okay, so your database, we talked about this last week. It is a container. It is a service platform that holds all of your contacts in there, classifies them, describes them, holds notes. It basically is a relationship portfolio that you build and grow. So, which part of the lead generation and database model represents your database? The lead generation, relationship management, and the client referral. So as we talked about, this is a funnel. And so with prospecting and marketing, we capture the leads. They go in. Leads are where you're forming the relationship. Contact is where you're strengthening the relationship. You're going from that one-way communication to two-way responses, cultivating the conversations, being interactive, offering things that are needs-based. And then you have new business, repeat business, and referrals. And it's all just cycled around in your database. Does anybody have any questions about this? Does it help you? For me, seeing this helped me kind of imagine, okay, this is the point of me keeping it with my contacts in this format versus in my phone or, just whenever I think about it. Do you have any questions about this?
I don't.
So Command, tell me how you guys are doing with Command right now. Do you have contacts in there? Are you adding things in there? How's it going for you using the platform that we have?
I've added some. I haven't added any more recently, but I need to start back adding some.
Yeah, add them and make sure that they're at the very least, y'all, on that automated neighborhood nurture. And even if you don't have their mailing address, put them on Montgomery. Put them on if you know what county they live in. And that way they're at least getting something monthly from you so that you can be top of mind and remind them you're in real estate. The email looks super professional, nice, and it's just a touch to remind people that you're in real estate. So even if they don't open it and look through it, which if they do, they're gonna be like, oh gosh, it's so cool. But if they don't, they're seeing your name in their inbox at least once a month, or you can set it up on every other week too. Okay, so there are 4 laws of a database. The first one is you build it, which you put all those contacts in there. You feed it every day, you communicate with it systematically, and then you service all the leads that come your way. And there's a little dance and stuff that Keller Williams International came up with, but I'm not going to do it for you guys to remind you of the importance of a database. So what are your thoughts around a database now? Do you feel like it's useful? Have you, do you see the value in it? I guess is the question I have.
I do. I mean, I think it's useful. Well, I know it's useful. I just got to use it.
Right.
But it's very, because I like I said, I haven't been on it this week, but when I do get on it, it is very interesting, and you can tell it works if you work it.
Right. Well, and here's the thing too, guys. We've talked a lot about unique value propositions and what sets you apart from the 5 billion other agents out there. And this technology and you guys utilizing it as a relationship management to connect with more people is something other people don't have. They don't have these tools. So if you're not using them, then they're going to be caught in someone else's web with the efforts that they're putting forth. But if you're using all of this stuff, then you're going to be the person top of mind when someone's thinking about real estate or has a real estate related referral. You're going to already be the first person they think about. So you definitely want to make sure that you're utilizing it. Even if you give yourself a goal of, hey, you know what, every week I'm going to do X amount of names. I'm going to make sure that they're imported from my phone, or I'm going to send out, if you follow in the daily 1040 from Ignite, I'm going to send out 5 messages a day. And you can just create a little thing in your notes and copy and paste it. And so that you're touching base with so many people and getting contact information and putting them in there and sending them information. That's a very simple and cost-effective way to market, advertise, and prospect.
Okay.
All right. So we've talked about having a smart database. That's letting the technology do the heavy lifting for you, having things happen automatically because you set them on smart plans. You've got them on different drip campaigns. And so this is going to be more about building that database. At the minimum, each contact that you have should have a name, phone number, and any past business that you've done with them. So if you don't have past clients, you need to especially have that relationship on there so that when you touch base, when you communicate with them, you remember as your business gets larger, as your database gets larger, you remember that this person goes here, this person goes here, and everybody, excuse me, has a place. All right, so this is what it looks like in Command. I'm sure you guys are familiar with it. On the left side, you can see the name there. The little green L shows us a lead, which means they downloaded the app, they went to their website, or they came in through a internet ad. All that connects into Command, and that's where the little L pops up. Or you put them in there and you mark them a lead. So that the lead category is a way to take, if you had 500 people in your database and you only want to see your active leads, you would filter it to look at that, and you could see 5 or 10 people that are active working with you versus the 500. And you're not necessarily, yes, you've got them on smart plans and they're getting information, but those aren't the ones that you have active clients, active agreements on. You can see the red here. Well, first I skipped. So last contacted 22 days ago, it's going to show you how often the smart plans are going out, how often you're communicating with them if you're making notes on that. And then the health score, 68%. So that means that you have some information that should be added to this to bring that up to 100%. How it's at 68% is there's no neighborhood, and it comes from Jennifer's contact. So if you had a team, which we have in the PC team, or if you later join a team or create a team, you have your team members come in with contacts, and it's important that we know whose contacts are who and who's from whose sphere. So that's one way to keep it sorted, tagging them, making sure that you know where they came from, that you've got notes on them. And then as you can see, there's a little more information here on the left. Below is where the neighborhood is, you add that neighborhood, and that's what information goes out on the monthly or biweekly neighborhood nurture. On the right side is your timeline. That's where your opportunities, smart plans, different things are going to be. And you can see that communication thread on the right side there. All right, there's a lot of training on Command. Inside of Command, you can click help. You can look in my KW. You can go to YouTube. What I would do is make sure that you're following some of the Facebook groups. There's Command Facebook groups all over the place, but our Keller Williams Southeast region has a monthly class. Success is under your Command. And if you sign up for that, they send out the recording. He's also got that in the YouTube channel. So it goes through everything of adding contacts, tips on contacts, setting up different smart plans, how there's already a whole library full. You don't have to create them. You just need to spend some time making sure that that matches the message that you'd like to be sending out and putting your people in there and on them. So Patrick Malden is our regional technology trainer, and he does a great job of making it, you know, easy to learn, I guess you could say. He doesn't beat you over the head with, oh, all this tech stuff. It's really like, this is why this is important. This is how it sets you apart, and this is how you use it. So I really appreciate that. If y'all need any help, or y'all want me to send a video, or me to do a powwow and say, hey, this is a tip or something around command, around technology in your business, just let me know, and I'm happy to schedule time to do that with you. Okay, we're going through this quickly today, guys. So you just tell me to slow down when I need to. Excuse me, my goodness. I came back with an upper respiratory infection. Thank goodness it's not COVID. Okay, so the second law is to feed it every day. And we do that through prospecting and marketing. Question, are we marketing based or prospecting based?
Both?
We're prospecting based and marketing enhanced. So
Okay.
a couple of weeks ago, we talked about that. That prospecting is more time intensive. It's less money intensive, but you can get instant business, versus marketing gives you business in the long run. So think about a billboard, right? That's marketing, very clearly marketing, okay? Someone driving by that billboard may end up calling. You may have a lot of people call, but it's probably going to be an eventual situation. That person has to probably, those people have to drive by that multiple times. They have to drive by it when the need is hitting, right? If you're prospecting and you're door knocking, you're hosting open house, you're doing something where you're face-to-face, belly-to-belly with people, people have the opportunity to immediately refer you business or schedule an appointment and get into business with you then. Does that make sense? So you want to do as much of the face-to-face prospecting, voice-to-voice as you can, versus the marketing. You of course want to do marketing that brings validity, brand recognition, top of mind, all those things, but that's not necessarily going to give you instant business. That the guarantee is going to be that prospecting, face-to-face, voice-to-voice. All right. Your sphere is going to generate new, repeat, or referral business. And those are the people that you need to make sure that you're connecting with and being interactive with, and making sure that you're saying, hey, this is the value that I add to you, so that they know, because we think they know, but guys, they don't, they're like, oh, good for you. But it's our job to remind them of what we do and what our value is, so that they know to refer business to us, or they know to call on us when they have that real estate need. All right. So testimonials and reviews are so important. You want to make sure that even if you have people that are super encouraging of you, advocating your new business, and they're like, hey, I really don't have anybody at this time, and I don't have a real estate need, that you get them to do a little shout out for you. You can take their word and say, hey, would you mind doing me a sentence or two? No more than 3 or 4, right? You don't want a long paragraph. And then you can take that, you can post that on your website, you can post that on your agent group, you can put that in your materials and things, and it brings some validity to what you've got going on. And we know that everybody looks at those reviews and testimonials and they appreciate them. So that's what some of your sphere can do for you that don't have a business referral or a piece of business to hand you right now. They can do you a testimonial or review based on who you are. You have people that could say, hey, you know what? This person is a top-notch person, high integrity, great communication. Those are some very generic things that someone would not have to do business with you, but that it would look very reputable as a testimonial. Does that make sense? Like I'm just talking to myself.
It makes sense.
Okay. Well, y'all, I feel like Sound like I smoke 12 packs a day or something. All right. So what areas of business or customer service can you ask someone to provide a testimonial? We just talked about this. Your responsiveness, your attention to detail, professionalism, empathy, good at communication. What are some more that you think that people would do a testimonial based on your personality and who you are? What are some things people say about you guys?
How knowledgeable you are.
Knowledgeable, learning based, heartfelt, passionate.
Mhm.
I mean, there's a ton of things that we just don't necessarily think of ourselves like that, but those are important things to other people. And both of you, do both of you have a Google business page?
I don't.
No.
Okay, so see, that's something that you guys need to set up. Now, you have to use the office address and it has to be a business. Google will send you a postcard. It's a free account to set up, but they do have to verify who you are. And then you can add things on there, and that's where you can get reviews that go onto your Google profile. So if somebody Googles you, yes, your social media will pull up. Yes, your KW website will pull up, but that Google business that Google business profile showing 5 stars. And they say the key, had a class, I think last year, where it was like 20 reviews is like the key number. So if you can get people to give you 5-star reviews, that's going to boost you. And that's where people are kind of looking for validation inside of that. You can get reviews on Facebook as well. So there's definitely value to that. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but I look at reviews for everything. Everything I do. So we want to make sure that we understand that as people in customer service, that the consumer is going to be looking online for reviews and validity. And if you don't have a lot of past clients, that's okay. You can still get people to do on your customer service, on who you are as a person, different testimonials. And you can use that a variety of ways. All right, what are your ahas on that section, guys?
What you just said about the Google business page.
Okay. We can do a session on that. Just separate out of this. I've done some Google business pages, and so I've got some experience with that. But basically you want to add things to it, sort of like you do social media. It's a good place to do some marketing. And again, those reviews are just so helpful. Because that's where somebody's going to look for you and be like, man, who is this person? That's what I do. Anyway.
That's what I was using when I was looking for my house. When I would go to the different real estate websites and I like look up people and I read about, then I Google them and I go to their Facebook page, just to see what people were saying about them or how consistent they were, so it's true. So you said Google business page?
It is a Google business page, yes. And we can do a session on that. I'll check my calendar and text you guys to see when we can do one of those. And it does take about 5 or 7 business days for Google to send the postcard. They will send it because it has a little code on it. They send it to the office and just tell Alyssa you're looking for it, and she can tell you when it's in. And then you have to put a code in to make it valid. But yeah, we can definitely do that, because that's a good thing to have for sure. All right, so let's talk about communicating with your database. To succeed at a high level in real estate sales, you must commit to frequent contact with a database with the intent of building close relationships. Again, Gary Keller from MREA. So why do you think it is communicate systematically? Anybody?
Wait, what did you ask?
Why do you think they say communicate systematically?
Would it be like to be, I guess, maybe like being consistent and say,
Yeah, that's exactly right. if Amazon didn't remind you that you were looking at,
Oh, don't.
right?
Yes. Because they would email you, even like Fashion Nova. You go look
Oh
at
my gosh,
something, they just get an email.
Amazon, I said I get a little text notification that's like, hey, are you still looking at this? I'm like,
Or you forgot this in your cart.
this went down 12%. Oh, well, gosh. So it systematically is really making sure that you're not letting them forget that they need you. And it's not in an aggressive way, and it's in a relational way, but it is a way that you are the top of mind. So one of the studies shows that people can only keep 2 top brands in every category in their mind. If I have to blow my nose, what I'm going to use?
Tissue.
What brand?
Sure.
Doesn't matter.
You're not going to say Kleenex? Okay. Right?
Mhm.
If I'm drinking a soda, what am I drinking? No matter for real what it is, what is it going to be I'm drinking?
Carbonation.
Coke.
Oh,
Right? So there's just brands and things that are top of mind, and you want to make sure that you're that for your sphere, for the people that know you. And when you can communicate systematically based on people's interests, passions, needs, that's when you're really going to win with the growing your database and growing your business. So here's some different ways to tag and segment your database. Your VIP people, those are the people that are going to send you business. Those are people that are repeat clients. Maybe you know somebody from golf, you know them from military, a fellow and veteran, an investor, referral, dog lovers. I think that's a little unusual, but if you were to do some sort of animal event and collect donations for the humane shelter, that would be important to know the people that really were passionate about dogs. So these are just some examples of tags that you can have in your database. So you'll make sure that you can customize your messaging for the golf people. You can review golf courses in different neighborhoods and areas and segment to that people. For the investors, you can do market stats in different areas and locations based on markets people are moving to and moving from. And then the dog lover, low cost vaccinations, adoption weekends, pet smart deals, or whatever services come along with that. And that's just, again, being service oriented, checking into people's interests and passions, and being more than just someone that says, hey, you want to sell a house or buy a house. And that's being someone that someone can count on for a lot of different reasons and bringing value that way. All right, so we want to communicate with value with our leads, the people that we have that one-way communication to. This is an example of how many touches they should be getting from you. So they should be getting 4 touches via quarterly phone call. That's calling them every 90 days. And Command, again, can remind you or automatically do all of these things for you. The 12 touches via email, newsletter, market report, video, whatever you've got going out. Like we said, the monthly neighborhood information that comes once a month. 2 touches during some sort of calendar, mail, direct note card, thank you note, happy birthday, some sort of thing. And then the 1 get together in-person thing. And that can be a client event. That can be, hey, this is going on the community, meet me here. That could be a, hey, on Thursdays, I'm at this Starbucks. And if you want to come grab a cup of coffee with me, I'll be here 10 to 11. And we're going to talk about what's going on in real estate. You may have 2 people come, you may have 5 people come, you may have mixed weeks where it's just you. But it's things like that where you get into a rhythm of doing it. People are like, oh, hey, I'm actually in the area. I'm going to pop in and say hello and let's talk about real estate a little bit. And that's an appointment. So the in-person, the handwritten direct mailing, the sending a printed marker, that sort of stuff, that's going to solidify the relationship. And then you want to have that one really high touch, valuable thing that solidifies and open the door for future interactions. So something in all of this communication, you're going to learn that person and find out what's important to them and really connect them to belonging to your group of people, being in your database and having a real close relationship with you. Now, the 36 touches is what happens when you really have that two-way communication with someone that's truly in your sphere, is someone that's truly now in your database, that when they see your phone number or see you pop up, they're going to speak to you. Those are your contacts. Very similar, except you have 4 direct mail situations. You have 2 events, and then you do the bi-weekly email, which is market report and things like that, that's happening every 2 weeks. And then you're still doing the 90-day phone call check-ins. What do y'all think about this? Does it feel like a lot?
I mean, it does
Yeah.
look like a lot, but I
Yeah.
think once you get a hang of it, it kind of
Mhm.
becomes, what's the word I'm looking for?
Second nature to you once you get a rhythm.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, and if you're making your calendar reflect this and your lead generation reflect these things, it's not all at once,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you make sure your smart plans are going out. Everybody that you get their contact information, you automatically add them to that. Okay, that's quick, easy, right? Then you're touching base with people, and because Command will remind you and you're saying, hey, I'm going to make 10 calls a day, it's going to tell you the 10 people to call. You call them, you either get them, you don't get them, leave a voicemail, send them a text. Hey, I was trying to get with you. Hope you're doing well. And you're just cranking it out repeatedly. And with all of that labor, with all of that lead generation, you're going to start generating some people that raise their hand and are like, oh, you know what? I remember you're in real estate. I had somebody talking about selling their home, or had somebody talking about what's going on with interest rates. It's going to start coming up, but you got to do that legwork there. And this, guys, is science that is proven. You want to make money in real estate, this is how you need to be communicating with your database. Okay. So there's a database, which is just your contacts. There's a smart database, which has more information on those people. And then there's the data bank, which, like we said, is using those smart plans. It's using the auto touches. It's using the reminders to help you be more present and have stronger relationships with people. All right, what are your ahas from this session, guys? This portion, I guess, of it, about having a smart database and a data bank.
I think mine would be if I had if I was using this data, what is it, the smart database?
Mm-hmm.
I could be more, I say effective. I'd say that it would kind of, even though I would still have to be hands-on, it would help me get myself out there, get myself known. If I had
If you can just devote some time really to putting all the people on your phone in your database and then putting them on smart plans, that helps you. Yeah, you're devoting the time doing it then, but then you don't have to remember it, right? So when it pops up and it goes, hey, LaKenda, touch base with John and Susie or whoever, right? You're going, oh, okay. And then when you have time, you're going to call them because that notification is going to be there. You're going to remember to do it. And you're going to go, hey, that helps you not go, okay, I finally have a couple hours. Now what?
Right.
And so that can feel overwhelming. I know for sure. Cause it's like, oh crap, I'm gonna finally get some time. And then you get time and you're like, oh my gosh, it feels like so much sometimes. So all right. So service your database. Your job is to build a community and serve the community. Scary Keller. All right, so of course, we're going to service all the leads that come our way, but we want to make sure that we have a fantastic lead follow-up program that's leveraging every opportunity, right? And making the most of our time. So that's where the opportunities come in. So we have opportunities, campaign, and then our consumer apps here. That's what it's noting inside of Command that allow us to leverage the technology to strengthen the relationships. Again, tons of videos on this, classes, etc. And if you want some one-on-one on helping to create, manage transactions, offers, compliance documents, commission requests, I've got the videos I've done on mine in our video list if you want to check those out, but also there's more, and we can do a Q&A time. Just let me know. So, core laws of the database: build it, feed it, communicate with it, and service it. What do you guys think about today's session?
I think
A
it
good
was
reminder
It is, yeah. It was a
It
good-
of the
is.
importance of this. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's a pretty short session today. Do you guys have any questions about the database or what y'all have going on with using your database, or you just need some accountability to jump in and do it?
I'll live it. I do. I do
true.
want to. I guess set up a time. Like I've been on it, messing around in it. Like it's really a lot of stuff in it.
Mhm.
But I really do want to set up like a one-on-one with you maybe, and
Uh-huh.
if I can, you can walk me through some stuff and show me. Like I said, I've been on it messing around. I think I even made I made something in there. I can't remember what it was, but I do want to get like more into it
Mhm.
because
We
I
can do
like it.
that.
It is neat. It's especially if you never seen anything like this, it's a really neat tool, but it's just ooh.
A lot.
It's a lot.
Yes. Yeah. Well, we can jump in and do a session sometime on that. And I'll go through and we can do command Q&A and stuff like that. I know we've done some stuff at the office, but again, it's hard sometimes for people to get into the office. So that's why, you know, Zoom is not for everybody, but it has been helpful to me. So, I want to leverage it when we can. And if we can pop on and do some of this where you guys can better understand the database and how to use it, is something that definitely would help what your time and effort's doing and help in your mission and growing your business. So I want to help y'all any way that I can do that. So let me see what I've got going on the rest of this week. Again, I got a sick baby, but I'll send you guys a couple dates on some command walkthroughs, and I'll definitely send some videos. I'm gonna post them in the Facebook group and email them to y'all where y'all can kind of look into some things that maybe you want to jump on first, you know, because it's a big system, it's a big platform, it does so many things, but where first. So I can send some stuff to y'all, and then we'll connect on getting together with a little Q&A walkthrough.
Okay.
How's that
Sounds
sound with you
good.
guys?
Sounds good to me.
All right, next week we're talking about leads with open house. And is next week June?
It is.
Y'all, is
Yes,
next week
ma'am.
June?
Yes,
Oh
ma'am.
my goodness. No, it's not. Next week is
Next
still
week?
May.
We do have one more. Wait, do we?
Let me see.
So this is the 31st. So we'll do
it'd
our
be
regular 12
Oh.
o'clock. And then June 7th will be the first one that we do 10:30 to 11:30.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Y'all have a great day. We'll talk to you later.
Y'all too.
Let me know
Bye-bye.
if you need anything. All right. Bye.
Yes, ma'am.